All right. This is kind of an impromptu stream. I had some time, so I wanted to have a look at something. And just in case this video might be taken down for some reason, but I wanted to save it. Also, I got a couple minutes into something. This thing popped up in my algorithm, this CNN whatever, why the rate of single men in U.S. looking for dates has declined. Now, the dude brought up some really good points, and actually I might just share a little bit of this first, but I had to stop it at a specific point.
If it's written with a
Yeah, it was about 3 minutes in. But the opening stuff was really good because it's all true stuff. And I know CNN has a reputation for fake news and blah 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 blah. But I think I'm starting to understand why. I'm going to back this up though and play this.
problems with regard to the mental health of our adolescents, surges in depression and suicidal ideation, especially true for our girls. This week, I found cause to worry about young men. This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single. Most young women are not. The story reported that as of 2022, Pew Research Center found 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship. Nearly half of all young adults are single. Now, look at these numbers. 34% of women, twice as many, a whopping 63% of men. What explains that? I pulled the Pew study and I read with interest. Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%. In 2018, 28% of men ages 18 to 30 reported they'd had no sex in the past year, compared with 18% of women of that age. The Hill report said men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely. They stand at the vanguard of an epidemic of declining marriage, sexuality, and relationships that afflicts all of young America. Among the causes, among the factors, a reliance on social media and online porn. But also, more young women are hooking up with each other or dating and marrying slightly older men, and heterosexual women are getting more choosy. Other troubling statistics about men come from a 2021 study from the Survey Center for American Life. They found the share of men who have 6 or more close friends, which in 1990 was 55%, by 2021 had shrunk by half. Meanwhile, those with literally 0 close friends, which stood at 3% in 1990, has zoomed to 15%. An expert quoted by The Hill said this disconnect can have catastrophic consequences for young men. Quote, in the worst case scenario, the young American man's social disconnect can have tragic consequences. Young men commit suicide at 4 times the rate of young women. Younger women are largely responsible for rising rates of mass shootings, a trend that some researchers link to their growing social isolation. Well, those words reminded me of a conversation that I had over a year ago right here on CNN with NYU professor Scott Galloway.
Okay. By the way, hello, PWS. Hey, Easy. Now, do you guys disagree with anything that he said so far? I mean, he's bringing up statistics, and it's a lot of concerning information, for sure. But then he brings up this professor, right? From NYU. Listen to this.
But the issue is when you have a group of men, the lower half of attractiveness of men and online dating, which has doubled, now it's about half of relationships. And the top 20% of men in terms of attractiveness get about 60% of the interest. You end up with a group of men that are more prone to conspiracy theory, more prone to misogynistic content, more prone to not believe in climate change.
Okay, those 3 things right there. He brings up conspiracy theories, misogynist, and climate change. He's literally a feminist puppet. Like, come on. That's where I stopped listening to him. I'm like, I can't take this man seriously. He's not even speaking as a man. He's speaking as a feminist puppet. Yeah, the smartphone, huh? Smartphone has isolated us, not brought us together, connected. Double-edged sword. Yes, you don't disagree with anything he said. I mean, because it's all like facts, statistics, research stuff. And then this guy comes up. Okay, because this is going on, you have feminist puppetry. Like, come on. Well, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this because I think maybe the first part of CNN might have some good points, but their conclusions might be wrong. And that's often what I find in a lot of these spaces. It's like they're pointing at concerning things, but their solutions for it are often not the solutions. They're actually what is perpetuating these problems. I mean, he said it leads these men to be more prone to conspiracy theory. And he did, like, not believe in climate change was the third thing he brought up. Like, anyway, that's just a little side note. The real reason, actually, have you guys seen this chick?
Him saying that all women are bad. And
Well, okay, so I stopped 5 minutes into hers. My thoughts on the red pill, Andrew Tate, and MGTOW. So I was looking at the comments. Let's see. Good comments, though. A lot of good stories. Let's see. I recently met a guy who helped his wife get through college. So soon had a better job than him. She apparently also lost a lot of weight. So naturally, all her new high-earning coworkers started running game on her. She suddenly moved out. Started dating other men. No joke. A guy bought her entire Amazon wish list, then offered to pay her for her house. Now, how do you expect the average guy to compete with that? It's not worth even trying. That's why we need MGTOW. Men are not disposable ATMs, and until women start appreciating us again, we're going to avoid you. See, I thought that was well put. JD Miles, I just love how you assume how all of us MGTOWs past marriages and relationships were like, as if you were there to know how it went. I'm about to have fun picking this apart. I don't know. I haven't checked if he already did. That was a day ago. But his breakdowns are always really good. Yeah, so I don't see any craziness in the chat. Right? Calling red pills blue pill and misogynistic shows you clearly don't understand it. Yeah. Oh, she's got a little fan in here. Good, Christine. Good feedback, darling. Well done. You present well. Aw, little fluffin'. That's true. No, climate change is just misogynistic to destroy women with college degrees. I wish that were the case. That would be great. Happy wife school. I think I've seen her. Like, I've been so hyper focused on this project that I just pretty much finished up yesterday, so haven't been paying attention to a lot of things, but yeah, I'll definitely check her out. Unless I get another project handed to me, I'll probably will have some more time. I've learned that I actually can write stuff if I have a goal. I've learned that the past few weeks. My ex-wife, after 21 and a half years, changed drastically. Yeah. Well, see, has it been really declared a terrorist group? Well, hasn't feminists been declared a terrorist group yet? Like, why is that? I mean, they are emotional fucking terrorists in every sense of the word. So, why hasn't the feminazis been declared anything yet? Hello, JR. How are you? Yeah, so I was going to maybe play a little bit of this. I was not able to watch much of your video. Too cringe. Did you mention the movie Red Pill by Cassie J? That would be a good place to begin. Your first sentence clearly indicates the fact that you do not understand what red pill at all. The comments are too good. No matter what, waking up and you women don't like it. Boo hoo hoo. I like that one. Oh, infiltrated with incels here. See, incels. See, when I see that, I just automatically think feminist. Male, female. They're pretty much the same. You're passing judgment on how other people should live. If I wanted to waste my life playing video games, that's my decision. I don't tell you how to live your life. Okay, sorry, lady, but you don't understand this at all. As an example, the vast majority of Gen Z are single. That people under 26. These aren't people who have been burnt themselves. They are people who have observed their parents' relationship and those around them and decided it's not worth it. You don't need to get hit by a bus to know it would be bad news. If you focus on the extreme of any group rather than the average, how are you going to understand it? See, I like that. If that was expecting the actual thoughts, but got a bunch of BS in a pure evil form of devil's advocate. Ooh. Well, just judging by the comments. I don't hold out high hopes for this little personal development coach. It was funny. I had a lunch recently with a professional development coach I've worked with in the past. We were discussing the different kinds of workers and how to create more workers that actually care. Care about the quality of their work. Care about pretty much with having the end in mind. Like, I actually care. I don't know how else to describe it, but all right, easy. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Yeah, this person actually does this professionally with a lot of city management and large corporations. And I don't think he really even knows. People just have it or they don't. It's something that I guess maybe I'll talk to Billy about it this weekend. Something that's cultivated over time. I mean, the thing I struggle with the most in seeing currently is people that are so fucking social media addicted. Like, they are so easily distractible. You have to, like, tell them things over and over and over before it actually sinks in. And at what point do phones, I mean, it's not my company, so it's not my business, but in my company, phones would be off fucking limits. Like, no shows, no other stuff. Like, focus on your fucking job. Like, if you want to listen to an audiobook or something, that's different than having your attention, your eyeballs pointed at a screen while you're getting paid to do something else. Like, TikTok's a big one. Like, I see people on TikTok all the fucking time, and it's like a habit. It's like any time they're waiting on something, or they think they have some downtime, or I don't know. It's fucking weird, though. Super weird. Well, that was a little tangent. How much time do I have? I have an hour. Oh, I'm going to start playing this. Because this girl, actually, I want to check out her page first.
Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I am reading you my step-by-step guide on how to get your ex back.
Oh God. So a relationship and dating coach. Where's her About tab? YouTube changed. Here we go. All right. My name is Christina, and I'm a dating, relationship, and personal development coach from the United Kingdom. See, I knew this is one of Billy's crazy bitches. Off her leash. I'm going to have to talk to Billy about this. I coach people on how to increase their chances on dates, communicate better with their partners, and how to achieve their goals through personal development. The advice I give comes from my own experience and journey. I don't declare myself as a professional or expert, just someone who wants others to avoid the same mistakes I made. Oh. Ultimately, if someone takes my advice or not, it's up to them, and any and all decisions they make are their own, and they are responsible for it. I do not take responsibility for the choices of others. So, I'll give advice, but I will not take responsibility of the outcome if it goes wrong. That's kind of stupid. Because it was the other person's choice to follow said advice. So she doesn't actually stand up for her words. The people who have influenced me with their own wisdom: Tony Robinson, Mark Manson, Corey Wayne, Napoleon Hill. I don't know who Corey Wayne is. Napoleon Hill, Mel Robbins, Jim Rohn, David Tim Ferriss, Susan Jeffers, and above all, Wayne Dyer. I love Wayne Dyer. I suggest you research them yourself. Well, I'm a fan of Wayne Dyer. I thought he was actually a very, very important person in my early 20s to me. Lots of personal development stuff there. That's good for creating boundaries. Pulling Your Own Strings is a great, great read. Highly recommend it. Too many people live in their own Truman Show. I think other people should revel in their life. Yeah. All right, PWS. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. All right. Well, here's her background. Here's what she stands for. Let's see what she says, though. Phrases that will make a girl instantly fall for you. If you just let her go, you would have her dating advice. Find sign she's not worth it. Red flags. Your ex is no longer interested. Interaction is irresistibility. Well, her thumbnails are kind of boring. Her face, the same picture. Different words. Oh, that was a different one. Her head's tilted a little back the other way. All right. Red Pill, Andrew Tate, and my thoughts on MGTOW. Let's see if I can get past 5 minutes. Couldn't get past 5 minutes earlier, but I'll try it this time.
I'm Christine, and I'm a dating, relationship, and personal development coach. Today I'm talking about red. I guess.
Uh-oh. I was having a spinning thing. All right, so she just said she's not a fan of the extremes.
It kind of goes into like demonizing women a little bit, right?
She said it goes into demonizing women a little bit.
And being very misogynistic.
And being very misogynistic. You know what's funny? That's not my thoughts on what the extremes are doing. They're actually taking examples of literal fucking female demons and showing the world how demonic they are and how abusive they are and how entitled they are and how hurtful they are and how they just go around wrecking people's lives because they're narcissistic and psychopathic. So they show examples of how toxic female nature can be. So I wouldn't call that misogynistic because that means the hatred of women. Now, we should probably come up with a term that's more relevant to what actually is happening. Like, what's a term for hating crazy bitches who harm people? I mean, we dislike murderers, right? We dislike the most awful human beings in recorded history. So, I don't know. My take on it is the dislike and extreme disgust and avoidance is warranted in those cases because these women are literally demons. So, it is not misogynistic to hate demons. A lot of religious folks are very righteous in their endeavors to call out evil. But what she's talking about, these people are specifically talking about women and have the actual courage to do so. And I think that's really important in our society, to be pointing these crazy people out.
Which obviously I don't agree with, right? Obviously, I think a dose of truth is good, right? So one of the things that a lot of people learn when they first get into red pill and stuff is that basically the movies lie to you, right? Romantic novels lie to you about relationships and what can attract a woman, right? A lot of people think, oh yeah, or a lot of guys think, oh yeah, if I treat a woman really nicely, if I buy her things, she will fall in love with me, right? But the truth is, right, with that situation, the red pill, as I guess you could say, is that attraction isn't a choice, right? So even if you're really nice to a woman, even if you buy her gifts, even if you buy her flowers, if she's not attracted to you and she doesn't see you in that way, then it's very unlikely that she's going to, want to be with you, unless, let's say, she's materialistic and she likes the fact that you're buying her things. And if she's materialistic and she only likes you because you are being nice to her and you're giving her gifts, right, then obviously that's not the woman that you want, right? Because she's only with you because she's materialistic. Okay. So basically, the red pill is that, you don't really have to actually do much to make a woman more attracted to you or to win over the heart of a woman who is attracted to you, right? In fact, it's actually better to do less. It's better to not buy her lots of things, right? Like I always say, like if you're going out on a first date with a woman, it's better to actually go somewhere inexpensive first, just for a drink, right? Don't go for a sit down meal yet. But have time just having a drink with her, and if you like her, then you can then extend the date, and you're enjoying yourself, and you think that she's really good, and you love to continue dating her, right? If you feel that way when you're on a date with a woman, right, then you can extend the date and you can make the date longer by then going for a meal, right? If she wants to do that too, right? So a drink is a really good way because is a really good, first date, right? Because you can leave if you don't like the woman, or you can extend it and continue the date, right? And go to other places afterwards, right? But if you don't.
So she's speaking to people who want to date, but then put MGTOW on the title. Hello, contriver. What is happening?
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry
It is
Christmas.
almost
We
time,
wish
huh?
you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You know,
At least I tried, okay?
yeah. um, yeah, it's next week, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
time flies.
it does. It does.
Yes.
Hey, what do you think about this personal development
Oh,
and
I mean,
relationship coach?
well, look, uh, I I predicted, I
Hmm.
vaticinated, I shall say now, because I'm learning new words from the English language of
Okay,
the
fun.
British. So I vaticinated
Okay.
a while ago that Sadia Khan, who is a very famous psychologist, that brown chick from
Huh.
South Asia
Okay.
who lives in Dubai, or otherwise, she's a dating coach over there.
Okay.
Whether it is him or whether it is my personal favorite chap, Chris Williamson,
Mm.
Modern
Hmm.
Wisdom Seeker, or whatever.
Yeah, Modern
These,
Wisdom. It was
yes,
his channel name.
Seeker of Modern Wisdom or something like that. Then he changed later to Chris Williamson, and
Yeah,
so on and so forth. So
yeah.
he goes to other podcasts as well because they have some sort of affinity, and it is good for the antics and so on. So I predicted 6 years ago that Chris Williamson is going to be he is going to get he would be caught between the crossfire that is going all over the internet regarding that. And my vaticination stands vindicated today. He has to pick a side. He doesn't want to choose a side because he is a fence sitter who doesn't want to lose his subscriber base, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
So is that woman Sadia Khan, despite being a brown bitch from my side,
Yeah.
being a sperm receptacle, she is
Yeah.
full of connivance. And
Oh.
if you would look at her antics, and it is not about as much as revealing necessary information, it is about selective redacting and redaction of information from men, which
Mm.
is critical to their physical and mental well-being regarding female nature, which they want to act as a filter so that the information would emanate from them, and they would be at the helm of affairs of things. In the case of Sadia Khan, not so much as of a fence sitter like Chris Williamson, but in the case of Sadia Khan, she wants to have a filter, and she is not doing this out of some altruistic nature or something. Of course, like any other woman, like sex is our drug, attention is theirs, and she wants to have her 15 minutes of fame, be it on
Mm.
the podcast of Pearl, She has been there and criticized Fresh and Fit ad nauseum,
Mm.
Myron specifically. And I was watching that and I was thinking, oh, come on. You are a brown chick, a brown sperm receptacle in a Western world, in a westernized scenario, and you are trying to make your own money. You are trying to create your own play and your own theatrics. So why are you actually exasperated about, both sides are at fault, and these are the two extremes.
Right.
They try to create this sort of false equivalence regarding MRA, red pill, MGTOW, or whatever, so that they would have some sort of a moral high ground, so that people would listen to them, and they would be elevated as some sort of reincarnation of modern day messiah of relationships, because they, and I have talked to them. I have talked to one of the clinical psychologists in India. He is ironically a man, by the way. He just says that I have to deal with so much of these couples and all that. I just want to go back to the old 80s and 90s where things were hunky dory, and I
Mm.
want to just stay there. So they have a reminiscence of the past that is
Yeah.
long gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't want to actually deal with all these things, and despite
Right.
their this is completely a dereliction of their duty,
Yeah.
but despite that they are doing that so that they would be able to have some sort of a milk toast version of things. And this is something which I fear that is going to take some sort of an ugly turn, because these people would be thrown under the bus from either side. So if Pearl, it is just like riding a tiger or a lion. We in India say it is just like doing sher ki sawari. Sher ki sawari means you are uh, 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 riding, you are on a ride on the back of a lion or a tiger.
Mm.
If you fall down once, the lion and tiger is going to devour you. So now, Pearl has come a long way from doing the whitest girl on earth reacts to Kevin Samuels videos to
Yeah.
now
Yeah. Yeah.
having a platform and being an internet personality, a digital personality who is on Piers Morgan, shall we say British BBC, or CNN, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
These people have made their own subscriber base and followership, which they don't want to mess with. Money comes and
Wait.
goes, but
Hold.
yeah,
Hold on 1 second, Contrivers. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say Self. I haven't seen Self in a while. Good to see you. Yes. Merry
me-
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm only saying that these
But
people,
you know what's funny? I was thinking about that. Like, Pearl's doing good. She's spreading words,
oh
and then she
yes, oh
keeps
yes,
getting invited places. I think because a lot of these feminists want to
at
like beat
least
her and expose her and get her pinned and cornered somewhere, and it's
I'm
funny to watch her
so
like maneuver out of that stuff.
I am so elated with Pearl that
Yeah.
at least she had the courage to bring Paul Elam,
Mm.
the Baba Yaga of today's day and age MRA.
Yeah.
So he actually was successful, and Karen Strong, despite our own, shall we say, ideological or philosophical differences, or so on and so forth,
Hmm.
she did a good job bringing together people from different walks of life, and that is what it is all about.
Yeah.
All encompassing the red pill, MGTOW, men's rights, MRA. I'm very delighted to tell people that I have become an MRA with Mr. Anil Murthy, and
Mm.
I'm very, 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 very recently, and I have started going to courts to observe court proceedings and so on and so forth, handle some of the cases as well, in that regard. Although
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, I'm
Right.
learning on behalf of, as some sort of internship or something, because I want to defend men in courts.
Yeah.
And it is such an arduous task. You
Yeah.
can't think, because the judges are as ultra blue pill pro max, whatever you could call it, in
Yeah.
terms of gynocentrism and simping for women,
Yeah.
mollycoddling a vagina.
Yeah.
And not only judges of district level courts or something, judges of high court, that is like your Texas Supreme Court, is what we call an equivalent in India, is a high court, that is the
Hmm.
head of the court of an entire province, a state. And then there is Supreme Court, like your Supreme Court, which is governed by the same English common law. So the new bill that came into effect v- yesterday in India has a provision that, you know, there is no room for false accusation, and they have included everything from emotional cruelty to financial cruelty, everything that your transatlantic cousins and you are suffering from,
but
into
but
Indian law.
but you know what is so beautiful about that? That is all toxic feminine shit. So that's how men can get at these women legally.
I think the
If
only
men
way,
just use it. I mean, women put it there to fucking beat men over the head, but that's exactly like it can be traced and it could be argued that biologically women do that shit more than men. To like
yes, but
women do it to men. That's soft power. Like
yes, but I mean, even I even go leaps and bounds beyond it, and I would say sometimes even words hurt psychologically and physiologically more than, mean words would hurt someone more than even physiological violence.
right. Yeah.
And this was said in a Tom Likas interview with a former police official himself, and that was 25 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm merely saying that if that is the case, please record this as mental cruelty towards men as well.
Yes,
Do
absolutely.
you know, we moved
See,
a petition? Yeah.
hold on, contriver. See, that's what bothered me when, because I think Bullets was the first one to bring up the Duluth model, and I've seen so many people talk about it, and like I kept
In
hearing
India,
about,
people are talking about it.
right, but it wasn't until I actually looked at it and the stupid wheel that it's like, and I saw it. It's like it has male and like toxic male and toxic female nature combined, and they're blaming men for it. It needs to be separated. Like the Duluth model isn't, I think, right and complete. It's kind of a jumbled mess. I mean, I do understand it's what feminists have been using to, you know, to get at men, but it's not right. Like,
Well, I would say the Duluth model was perpetually introduced through the system so that people would act on their biological instincts to incarcerate a man and
right,
presume him guilty unless
right.
proven otherwise. And that is exactly what has happened, and it has a snowball effect, and it has snowballed into something like the Leviathan of the draconian
I know.
legal system,
That's why I
which we
don't
have.
understand. Like half of it, they're blaming men for what women do to men. Like
Because,
it doesn't make sense to me. By the way,
yes,
hello Bob. How are you, Polska? Hello Primo. Hey Billy. Yeah, I
hello to
just
each and everyone in the chat. I'm merely saying, historically speaking,
yeah.
women never have had to face the consequences of their actions or inactions.
Yeah.
Their husbands did.
Yeah.
So if you are mollycoddling a woman and introducing a law, then you can't actually blame her for false reporting or false accusation, because uh, it's all about antics and the disposition of the positive or negative approach of the judge, jury, and executioner, which is another man, by the way. And he
Right.
is going to falsely implicate a man because morally he has to be on the moral high ground, so that in the society by and large he would be accepted, because now this has percolated into the society. This is where I beg to differ from my mentor, Mr. Anil Murthy, the leader of national head of Save Indian Family Foundation, the largest MRA organization in India.
Yeah.
uh, he says that you have to have some sort of a slavery of men, under which you
Yeah.
have to exploit men. And for that exploitation, the psychological warfare thing is negligible, or
Mhm.
it has highly unlikely less effect, adversarial effect on men. I say
Yeah.
no. it it's the spark which instigates and increases and becomes a fireball
Yeah.
is the psychological effect on men. That is why even they jump in front of bullets and knives for
Yeah.
women even they don't know. So
Right, but
my,
and that's I think that's what bothers me the most about throwing around this damn word misogyny and how men oh, these men are misogynist, like they hate women. Like I don't buy it at all. I don't think men are biologically capable of hating women. I just don't think it's in them. And I think that is the reason why the words hurt them much more. If they don't like, if they take the words from a woman and a woman's just spewing venom, and I mean, you have a complete society of women constantly degrading men and telling them they're pieces of shit. After a while, they're gonna fucking believe it. If they don't
well,
have any kind of counterbalance or have another woman in their life that's like, oh, actually, when that crazy bitch is saying that, she actually, it's coming from somewhere else. Like it's not really true.
that
Like
is
I
why
think men in our society have not had the proper training to be able to have the words not penetrate so harshly.
Ma, the thing is, that is why they treat people like you who are exceptions to the rule as persona non grata and declare you as the pariah of the entire world. Because if there is a black sheep amongst them, then their narrative, entire narrative would fall apart. And that is
Right.
why,
Which
yeah.
I don't know. I really care not for the words of crazy bitches. Like,
I
there's
mean, look
very
at this woman. Look at this woman. Or
see. I haven't heard her speak very much. I'm not very confident so far that she actually believes what she's talking about or knows what she's talking about. She
no,
sounds like a
she's
puppet
conniving.
already. Yeah.
She's conniving. Look, it is fashionable till date, even though the pendulum has started to swing in the other direction. It
Yeah.
is still fashionable because they know the laws are in their favor. The state apparatus, the leviathan of the government bureaucracy, judiciary, and the state machinery is at their disposal. That is
Hmm.
why they could say, I'm a feminist. If there is some sort of a World War III sort of a scenario, or Russia, Ukraine, or Israel, Hamas, or something like that,
Yeah, yeah, I know. They'll be
they
back in the
would
kitchen. They'll tear up their degrees, and yeah, they'll go back to their natural state out of fear
exactly.
when
But
they're not so comfortable. Yeah,
oh
I know.
yes,
When they stop getting fucking spoiled and shit given to them because of their bullshit temper tantrums and entitlements, yes, they will revert back to what's natural.
Oh yeah, surely. But
But our society, and this is something I want to go deeper in with Billy this weekend, our society is making more and more of these people by not telling them no, by giving in, by, I mean, even ignoring them, they still feel validated because nobody's actually physically or verbally telling them no and stopping them.
well, why would they counter? Because the entire message has been percolated into the society. That's a short point. The society is a gone case that we live in. The
Yeah.
civilization, by and large, if you would look at it in a geopolitical sense, it's a gone case.
Yeah.
We are comprised of a society of women who act as all masculine and men who act as some sort of a castrated eunuch.
Yeah.
That's a short point. We all are castrated eunuchs as men,
Mhm.
and we don't have any rights. And the state has artificially propped up women to be at our equal level, and they have emasculated us to such an extent that we can't even have our own say in this very man hating, gynocentric, misandrist society.
Right.
And violence of men on men was considered not natural since time immemorial. Now, violence by women against men is also accepted by and large within the society.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So,
I know.
that is why. Plus, if a man retaliates or tries to defend himself, even though did that out of defense, he would be considered as wrong morally, and that is where my point of contention is with the society, that if a man can't even defend himself
Right.
from a woman who is clobbering at him, who
Right.
starts clobbering at him in broad daylight in front of everybody, because I know when cases come to me of men, wo- women start taking a swing at, start punching their man in a courtroom filled with judge, lawyers, other people, and
Mhm.
police standing over there as a mute spectator. They can't
Mm.
do anything about it unless and until I try to come in between and try to defend my client
Right.
in the courtroom.
Yeah, that's
I, I,
crazy.
I have shown you some videos, but I shall show you some more because I was beaten up very recently by the brother of an ex-wife of my friend. He tried to take a swing at me. I also took a swing at him, and then we both fell down. So other lawyers and the police of personnel who was present over there tried to intervene and separated us and something like that. So
Yeah.
he was ready to kill me. And this is violence of someone who is an injured party already.
Right.
That my client said that to me while with tears in his eyes, that this is what they do to me every day. His
Yeah.
my mother-in-law beats me up. My brother-in-law comes and beats me up, and my wife, indulges in domestic violence on a whim, and I keep mum for the sake of my son
Right. Yeah.
every single day. So men are dying every 4 minutes in India, committing suicide because of all this.
Yeah.
And it is more and more going to increase. So, we as a civilization, by and large, getting back to your point,
Yeah.
uh, we are a gone case. Unless and until there is some sort of a natural calamity or some sort of a world war or something where
Well,
men would be required to fight
I was
against
I
each other.
was thinking about that. Actually, it's funny. I have a. All right, I'm gonna put this crazy bitch on the back burner.
Sure.
I'd rather chat with you. I can dissect more of her nonsense later. No, I saw something that was. Let's see. Hold on. It was so funny. See, I'm seeing a lot of a lot of people in places that have huge platforms saying good stuff. Like, listen to this one.
So 100,000 women went on strike today in Iceland to demand gender equality. The entire population is 370,000. So over 25% of the population went on strike. And I have some crazy news for you. The economy did not come to a stop and it continued as normal. The only memo I got was that HR departments were getting no complaints for the 24 hours that the women were on strike. And men were writing that they were really sorry women didn't get gender equality. But I heard one CEO said it was nice to finally get some shit done, end quote. So 100,000 women went on strike today.
But look at those numbers. Over 25% of the population is a fucking protesting feminist. That's a lot. And that's a lot of women that actually have jobs that don't fucking matter, really.
If you would search on the very same YouTube, you could find gay pride parades and slut walks in Venezuela
Yeah,
before the crisis
but
happened.
what I'm saying is over 25% of their population that's women have jobs that don't really matter.
Well, look,
And zero calls were called into HR departments, which also don't fucking matter.
physics, chemistry, biology,
Yes.
and mathematics
Yeah.
are the only four streams like STEM, science, technology, engineering, and
Yeah.
mathematics, which is the gateway for materialistic progress and infrastructure development and economy and revenue generation in any given state. Any,
Yeah.
you know, even countries in African Union like Botswana and Rwanda who have adopted the capitalist model are doing great. Argentina has a new president, Mr. Javier Milei, who is doing
Mhm.
great. Afuera,
Yeah.
that chap. So th- the thing is, these jobs were created. MBA in HR is only done by women,
Mm.
and they are only given to women because
It's a work
people
mommy fucking job. It's only really
exactly
women or like gay dudes who want that job. Like,
exact there is no diversity over there as regarding
no, it's
masculine
super
men
feminine
anyways.
energy. It's
Yes,
it's
yes.
toxic parenting energy is what it is. Like,
Since these
there
women,
needs to be zero fucking HR departments.
well, these women don't have any jobs anyways. I mean, don't have any children anyways. So they try to disperse their mommy energy on everybody else, falsely
Well,
projecting.
that HR feminist from Lowe's, she had a daughter. I mean, who was
Well,
an adult and also an HR department worker herself,
well,
but
these mothers actually don't act as
she did this
mothers. They,
after she raised her daughter. She went
well,
into a work mommy job position.
well, because she was offered it because 80% of the contracts given by the State's Department or the federal government in America
Mm.
is comprised of the laws and the bylaws which of the government that you have to have one female board of directors member, you have to have one LGBT member. For diversity you have to hoist the rainbow flag on your Twitter logo or something. So for Juneteenth or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, not only they are not needed, but things were more productive without them.
yeah,
That is the case. And that is
right,
what women hate. Women hate real competition because real
right.
competition is what men strive for to
Hmm.
sharpen their skills
Yeah,
and to hone in their skills and to you know, get more refined in that regard
Yeah.
regarding their skill set, blue collar, white collar, whatever it might be. And these people actually don't have the propensity to, have those skills or hone in their skills. A microscopic minority of women might have had, but they also don't want to work under a female boss. Ask me
Right.
why. Because the reason being, the female bosses are bitches which even women themselves can't handle.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't
And
ever met one that was quote unquote a boss that I
I
liked.
mean, they
Like
try
as
to
an
work.
individual. They're
Oh
fucking
yes,
bitches. They're crazy bitches.
oh yes, that is
Yeah.
the case. But I'm trying to say is that this phenomena is worldwide. I was watching a Vice documentary in South Korea where a feminazi was saying that feminism is what cleaves us as a nation.
Mm. Mm. Cleaves us. What does that mean?
Divides.
Okay.
The cleavage.
Ah, I like it.
Okay.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, come on. I am a man.
I know, no, that makes sense. I like that. That's funny.
The dividing line between the two breasts.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I'm totally gonna use that. I'm not gonna use your other word. I'm gonna use that one.
Well, suit yourself. So, she said feminism
Mm.
is what cleaves us as a nation. And this is
Yeah.
Vice documentary on overload of feminism within South Korea. Not so much which you would see in the society itself, but you would see through written, minuted, stated public policy,
Mm-hmm.
legality, the
Yeah.
laws that have been made so that women would work. And don't worry, women behave as much of a bitch, as sassy bitch, that you would
Yeah.
find a Western white woman or an African American woman or a
Yeah.
puro
Yeah.
Latina or anybody
Yes.
else.
I know the behavior's the same. And Billy, I want to deep dive more. He's trying to tell me, and I can't settle on it. Stream blast said the
Yes,
behavior was present. That's why they were drawn to feminism, which kind of makes sense. But like Kush, for instance, I brought up Kush because he's the first I came up I like with MGTOW. Like he lived his life, let's see, almost 50 years of
individualist,
it,
as an
almost 50 years
individualist.
of it, not
Yeah.
knowing anything about MGTOW in a certain way.
Okay.
Seeing the landscape, going back to one of those comments on what's her faces, you don't have to be hit by the bus to know that it's bad news, right?
Yes.
So he lived his life a certain way. Then he found MGTOW and was like, "Oh yeah, I identify with all this." So he
Yes.
was like, "Okay, this is a cool group."
Yeah.
But
So, so
so but going back to the feminists, then I mean, because everything to me always points to mothers, 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 and this one it took a hard right into mother. Like if this young woman already had it in her, who put it there?
I know who put it there because
I mean, yes,
you reviewed.
society,
No, no, no,
friends,
no.
your peer group, like all that stuff is important in your development,
Dude,
but I feel like the mother is the foundation to nurturing that development and guiding it.
yes, these were bad mothers who didn't take a vow to chastity, come from German idealism of 1600s, even before, much before the French Revolution.
Yeah.
And not only that, you yourself have the answer in one of your archives and videos which you made regarding a book they were reviewing on Women's Declaration International called Women of the Mind. Remember that?
Women of the mind?
Yes, that was a book written by a feminist in 1600s, and that was the
Mm.
book that they were reviewing, that this is the primordial feminist, shall we say,
Right.
manifesto or something,
Yeah,
which
yeah, because that Women's International Declaration YouTube
yes, yes,
channel. Yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
So you reviewed that.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
But when I saw what they were talking about, it just looked like cult indoctrination. Like
well,
like when they were talking about the thing, it checked all the boxes. Like,
well, why so? Because I would tell you why. And this might not sound music to some ears of some women.
hmm,
Female nature is as such. Now, what happens in Breford's law? That is a very important law that we teach in biology. If a female lioness goes for association with a male lion, so that he would be as productive, and when she is lactating and bearing his children, he would be able to take care of hunting and everything else.
hmm,
If she doesn't deem the lion fit for uh, uh, such an association, the
hmm,
association would never take place.
right,
So women are the choosers
hmm,
in biology, in animal kingdom or whatever. They choose to breed with a man, and that is why it is always said that she is never yours, it is just your turn. And
hmm,
what does a female lioness do when the leader of the pride, that is a man, a male lion, is killed by another adversarial male lion? She kills her own children and tries to curry favor with the new leader of the lion's pride, that is the new adversarial male lion.
hmm,
That is a biological fact. So all
hmm.
these things like abortion and all thing, a female lioness kills her own cubs.
Right. Ugh,
So
it's so
so
disgusting.
so that is female nature. That is why men have to rule with an iron hand in a velvet glove, so
Yeah.
that, and they have to be in the managerial position of
Yes.
regarding a female's chastity, or regarding a female's, shall we say, purity or something like that, through patriarchy. We are merely
Oh,
managing things. Yeah.
oh, I just had an idea. So, I mean, we're talking about female nature in the animal kingdom. Now, when humans, I mean, because we're supposed to be better than that, right? But there are a lot of humans that are so mentally ill that they behave like fucking animals. Like, seriously. I know SKC talks about it in the community all the time, but there's tons of communities of fucking animalistic people. Like, let's be honest. So I wonder if we can get, because I'm thinking about this crazy bitch boot camp. I wonder if we can get the court, because courts can declare if somebody's unfit mentally for something like an execution, right? Or the death penalty.
Yes.
They can declare that.
Yes.
So, and I know there's a lot of courts that mandate stuff like alcohol counseling and alcohol treatment, and they'll like
Mediation.
revoke your license, like say if you get in trouble, right? So the
Yes.
courts actually have the ability to constrict people's behavior.
Yes. Even if you get a ticket for illegal parking or something, that is also a
Right,
law.
right, right.
We are governed by laws.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have some ideas that I'm still thinking about,
You
but
should, yeah.
need to connect I mean, it's all there in the psychology realm. It really is. There's so many
It
studies
really is. It
about human nature and biology and yeah, so
well,
many.
well, I think women like you, who are exceptions to the rule,
Yeah.
proven beyond point, should try to, instead of delving deeper into a female psychology, you should delve deeper into a male psychology like Adam Lane Smith. He has a great channel right now, and he has been a marriage counselor for last 20 years. He made a tweet which I still keep. It was from 2021. He said that male depression and female depression are quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Medical professionals try to
But
treat.
contriver,
Yeah.
I don't think. See, that's not my realm. I mean, psychology interests me, but anytime like feelings get stuffed in there, like Billy would be a better. And ask Billy why I'm not suited for that because I don't care about people's feelings mostly.
No, no,
Not
no.
that not that I don't care about the person. I just feel like the feelings portion of it leads people to make a lot of bad decisions. And I'm all about solving fucking problems so people don't have to struggle again in the future.
Well,
So
that is the only reason why you are the best candidate. You are the first person to whom people should talk, and you should, I think, write a book regarding male psychology and how they would be able to overcome the state of learned helplessness which they
see
are
what
in.
I've been okay, so that's what I've been thinking about lately because I just got done writing a whole bunch of stuff
Yes,
for this company I work for, and it was
yes,
super easy.
yes.
But I had a goal, like I had a plan. Like they were like, okay, here's this thing, make it, and then develop the process to make it, and then write the standard to make it, and
Okay.
then teach people how to do it. But I had this thing and this goal. Like I could see the end in mind, so I could easily. I mean, it took a lot of time, and I put a lot of effort into it to try to make it be the most impactful for all different types of learning, if that makes sense. But like I was interested in doing that because I had a goal. Like you saying that right now, I've been thinking about that.
I That is why I brought the 2021 tweet of Adam Lane Smith. He
Yeah.
says that, but m- uh, uh, male depression is. He was talking about. I'm not digressing. I'm just drawing a similar analog. He said that male depression emanates out of learned helplessness
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that men are in, and male psychology is as such that they have to overcome obstacles to
Yeah.
empower and strengthen themselves.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
experiential
That's,
mindset experiential
yeah.
mindset that they have gone through some things, and that is why
Yeah.
the scars on a man, physical or mental, look cool than on a woman. So that is why, because they have gone through some experiences.
Yeah.
So he says, but medical professionals and female psychologists try to treat it like female depression and make them feel loved instead of being powerful.
Right.
So, what could empower a man is the need of the hour, and you are the best person who could at least write a book on how men could forgive themselves, how men could indulge in self love, become a little bit selfish so that they would progress further in their lives. Because right now, everybody is in a state of learned helplessness.
Yeah. No. I
So,
mean, there's a
that is
lot of
why.
people who aren't. See,
You are not. You are not. And that is why I am
well,
trying to
but
say,
there's a lot of men who too. You know what I mean? Like I see a lot of men out there who aren't.
No, I'm not saying they are not. Even Andrew Tate is not, because he exercises every day and does the push-ups and
Right.
everything. And he has a good fighting career. He has been a 4 times world kickboxing champion, just like any other man. But if you would write this book, it would be
Something
uh,
like things your mother should have taught you.
yes, or whatever the title you want to keep. Dear men, start loving yourselves, start getting empowered.
That's your book, contriver.
Well, I'm giving you the title as well as the copyright to use it,
No, I'm not
because
going to use your book.
okay, but my concept was the same. Because
Yeah.
if I'm going to sell that book, it is not going to come to fruition. I have accepted, I have talked to publishers over here from Penguin Publications and from
Hmm.
other publications who are self publishers as well. They have
Yeah.
rejected my idea based on saying that this contains misogynistic content.
What?
Yes,
Oh, so as a man you can't do it, but a woman you can't.
yes.
Well, they can claim I have internalized misogyny. I've heard that fucking stupid shit before.
So,
I'm
so if
like, we need to rename. We need to rename this because it's not misogynistic or unhealthy to hate things that hurt you and stay away from it. I mean, you don't even hate it. You just avoid it.
if you would write that book, it shall become The Manipulated Man, which was written by Dr. Esther Villar for today's men. They would
Mm,
appreciate at least your book and your writings and your findings. And you are from an English speaking country.
yeah.
You have the wherewithal and people who could assist you in any way, shape, or form possible to you know make this a reality, this book.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a 400 or 600 page book with
No, no, no.
psychological findings or anything. It should be based on the experiential mindset of a man. And
Hmm.
this is why I am emphasizing, I am beseeching, imploring in front of you with my folded hands.
Okay,
Only and
contriver.
only
I
you
will
could do
write you
it.
a book. I'll write you a book.
Thank you. And
Yes.
publish it as well.
Okay.
We would promulgate your book in India, in every in 21 Indian languages and dialects that we could, registered and officially recognized by the government of India. And we shall do that because that is the need of the hour.
And you know what sucks? Like, a lot of the mothers that I know that raised children were so busy raising their children, and they like knew about crazy bitches, but they didn't have an in-depth fucking any kind of experience. So they didn't think that that kind of personal protection was important for their kids to learn, and they had really no idea what was going on in society, like really. So
Well,
I think things your
we
mother taught you was good.
things what your mother should have taught you,
Yeah,
what should, would, could, whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
this should be the title of the
I'll
book,
think
and
about
we
it.
are going to launch. No, no. You have been overthinking for the last 2 years.
No,
I have
no,
been
no.
seeing you. Yeah, you have been dilly
Well,
dallying all the way.
okay, that'll be my next project.
Yes. If I could be of any assistance, I am willing, I am at your disposal.
Hmm. Okay.
And so are
Yeah.
the people who are the transatlantic cousins like Billy. They are
Hard for
ready
logic
to,
to override emotions. Sorry, it just is.
it would
I know,
not be
and
a
I
book.
see that's what I don't understand. And I'm gonna have to have some discussions with Billy. Because like depression, for instance. Like it's hard for me to understand things unless I've kind of experienced it myself. And the only thing I can draw from is stuff from when I was a kid. Like before I actually developed boundaries and had more direction in life, and like things were different. I don't know. I'll think about it though. Definitely how to
There,
structure that.
there is a okay. So could you do something like a book reading on your channel, if you could? I mean,
Like
I
just sit
know
and read a
you
book?
read a book, go through, peruse through some of the pages, and then put it down. Or because this is getting very popular,
Hmm.
people are reading novels on their, YouTube channels, chapter wise and page wise.
Okay. But do you have a book in mind or just a book?
Let us start with The Manipulated Man.
I would have to get a hard copy of that.
No, it is a PDF form available on
Oh,
archives. Yeah. Shall I give it to you?
yeah. Will you share me the link, please?
Oh, surely.
Actually, and we'll put the link in the chat box too, because going back to Billy, I blame you for this one.
If you don't like her, then you can just easily leave within like 30 to 40 minutes. You can just say, well, it was nice chatting to you.
This chick's from your realm. This dating roach. Whatever you guys want to call her. You know what I thought was interesting? Going back to her bio.
Hi guys, my name is Christine, and
Shut
I'm a
up.
dating.
Look at this, Billy. The advice I give comes from my own experience and journey. I don't declare myself as a professional or an expert, just someone who wants others to avoid the same mistakes I made. Ultimately, if someone takes my advice or not, it's up to them, and any and all decisions they make are their own and they are responsible for it. I do not take responsibility for the choices of others. See, there's something about this I don't like. Like, if I tell somebody to do something and they do it, or if I suggest that they should do something, like, I feel like there's a certain level of responsibility you should take for the outcome. Like, don't fucking tell somebody to do something unless you can take responsibility for the outcome.
Well, that is what the job of a quote unquote influencer is, that they
Right.
influence people,
Yes.
gaslight them,
Yes.
instigate them,
You're an
incite them.
influencer. Take responsibility for the outcome of your influence.
And not only that, she's a coach.
All right.
So she seems to be a professional.
Well, I don't know if she's a professional.
I mean, coach is always a professional who have had his fair share of,
Get
football
coached.
practice and everything. That is what a coach is. So if she has
Join
dated
July
other
3rd.
women, or if she has she have had relationships with other women, she would know better.
Mm. So she's a lesbian?
I don't know.
I don't trust lesbians with dating advice. They have the highest rate of fucking domestic violence. Select. Hold on. Oh, she has a web page. Hold on. Let's
Yes,
switch over. Oh, contriver. I only have 10 more minutes before I have to go.
it's fine.
But I want to share this because I just
Sure,
noticed she
sure,
has a
sure.
web page.
Oh, surely.
Achieve your dreams. Oh, what happened? Oh, I don't want to add. Okay, look. Dating, relationship, and personal development. Welcome. Your new journey starts here. Select your coaching options today. My name is Christine, and I am dating, relationship, and personal development coach. My aim is to help you become the best version of yourself so you can create the life of your dreams. I believe that everything happens for reasons, and it's no coincidence that you're reading these words. I totally feel the same. I think she needs some coaching herself. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. Let's see how well she follows her own fucking advice. Hello, Dak. How are you?
These are
Oh, she's a 20-year-old expert.
not only that. Remember all these people who sell the snake oil of real estate seminars, coaches, and crash courses and diplomas, so that you would be making millions and millions out of selling real estate. Well, the housing bubble collapsed in 2008 with the global recession of the private banks, and it tells us that it doesn't actually, coincide with what they have to say.
Oh, hold
Some
on.
YouTube comments.
This is testimonials. Little misleading. What people are saying on Christine's YouTube channel. These are testimonials. Love your videos. You are so helpful and make me feel like I'm not alone. I like how they have a psychological basis. Great points and advice. Very helpful video. Found all I was searching for. Thank you for this video. I mean, none of these people have fucking actual pictures. You are amazing. You gave the pure bottom line as well without the extra things. Oh, here we go. Thank you for the email coaching, Christine. Not only did you help me solve some important issues, but you gave me so much more confidence. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Christine, for the redirection. Sometimes all you need is a coach to remind you that, yes, you can with all the how-to. Okay. Christine helped me find confidence and to believe in myself so I could have more success with dating. I would recommend her coaching service to anyone who is feeling unsure and would like to improve this area of their life. Yeah, Doc, she wants to help you. Well, I wonder if she'd come have a conversation with me. Oh.
Well, it is time to say goodbye.
It is, really. I gotta go.
It's fine, it's fine.
Okay, I will. And Emmanuel just got. You know what? I've been waking up earlier. I feel like my rhythm has been changing. I try to go to sleep as soon as I get home, but that kind of fails. So I've been going to sleep earlier and getting up earlier. We'll see if this becomes a pattern. And I might be able to stream like during this time, but I would have to get off now. But earlier.
Sure.
I could probably
You are back with a bang, and that is all that matters.
No. I don't know. I have some final things to wrap up on this project I've been working. But yeah, no, that's where like all my attention's been going. It's been super exciting and learning some stuff.
And that is a good thing.
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
Time has flown. It's December.
Time
it's
flies.
almost Christmas.
It surely does. Yes.
I know, Emmanuel, damn it. I need to send you a message. We need to set up a time to connect. I have some questions about South Africa, actually. And have you heard from Psych lately?
My brother from another mother, Emmanuel,
Yeah.
always comes like Indian police at the end of a climax of a feature film in India. At the
Right.
end, always.
Right.
Anyways, let's wrap
Anyways.
this up.
Okay.
And for the audience,
Mm,
may wish you a Merry Christmas and a
yeah.
happy and prosperous New Year. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Good driver. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And what's her name? Christine. To be continued.